Hey there everybody, and welcome to another Factorio Reddit Weekly. I'm Exterminator, and thank you so much for joining me. We did miss last week. I was pretty dang sick for basically the entire week. I was just pretty sick. So I managed to scrape together the mod spotlight, but didn't get to do the Reddit Weekly, unfortunately. I'm super excited to be back, though. Starting with this top post here. Solar freaking railroads. So I love this. I always think of like a Zisto base when I see this because this is like the first time I kind of saw it. I know that he probably wasn't the first one to do it, but very cool. I like that a lot. It's like a really good use of space because like what else are you gonna do? Like you don't normally do anything with the space between your railways. And solar takes a lot of room, so why not kind of take advantage of that space? Does anyone else like building nuclear power plants and covering it in trees? Bioindustries mod. It's actually super cool. I love this so much. I would personally not sure I would want to go to the effort of this, but this is just really neat. Like kind of a, I don't know if dystopian's the right word. I don't know. I just like it a lot. Super cool aesthetic there. Trees, no way. Those are true enemies. All trees must die. The trees do drive me nuts, but they do look really nice for that. Just hope you don't have to walk through there. Do you keep destroying your base with your bad tank driving skills? Build tank-proof fences using Spidertron Legs. Super handy and legit solution. Okay, this is interesting. This is like a trooping video. It is like a trooping video. Maybe in some Megabase or something this is actually a problem. Spidertron Legs are the only thing that aren't damaged by tanks. That is very true. I mean, personally, I like never really drive my tanks through my base for this reason that I hit everything. But I didn't actually realize that the Spidertrons didn't take damage from the tank. New to the game, is there a way to get through these holes without having to go around the underground belts? Won't read, sadly. You have to either A, blow up the cliffs, which this early on you definitely don't have cliff explosives, or use red belt undergrounds, which you probably don't have either at this point. So you kind of have to go around, which is unfortunate. Unless there's space to go, it doesn't look like there is, but you could go underground into the middle and then underground out, but I don't think that there's room for that here. So yeah, that's kind of, I remember everything past the cliffs now, so yeah, they just need red belt, it seems like. Slacker. Hydwar art. Blastorio and Slackers. Oh my god, she's sleeping on the belt. Oh, we are dreaming about transporting belts for some reason. I definitely have had Tetris effect from Factorio. Yes. So I built a display showing supply shortages. Oh wow. This is pretty intense. So this is modded, obviously, building coke, raw stone. So I would imagine anything red, not doing so good. Holy god, look at this base. I didn't even notice. Oh my goodness. It just keeps like exploding in front of my eyes. This is nuts. Say big electric engines? Huh. Super cool to like pretty easily just at a glance tell like what's short and what's not. This is super cool. Turns out oil's my real problem. Interval 4K red is shortage and green is unused stockpile. That's really neat. I like that a lot. It's kind of like a self-built bottleneck type thing, just in a general location. Here, of all places, yes. Of course the train would do that. Of course. You know, like why would it actually get to where it needs to go? To get fueled. It's just like a few feet short, and the Spidertron's just watching it. Train here, they could use some help. Is one of many copper trains with no problems, only gets fueled from unloading stations like pictured, is guaranteed to sit there for at least 20 seconds while unloading. Could have a better rule system, but I'm lazy and it should work until they start coming back empty. It takes 3 seconds to add 150 solid fuel. Pretty sure it didn't have any other type of fuel on board and it definitely docked with the station since the cargo is empty. Steve Trov, of course, answers this, who correctly figured the problem along with other fine fellows who are coming up. So I would like to see Steve Trov's answer. Schedule. My guess is the train is leaving when empty and for some reason isn't getting loaded at the mine, so it leaves the unload station immediately. That's the correct answer. New to Factorio, only about 10 hours or so, and I myself am pretty impressed with what I've made here. I feel like... Okay, I don't... Never mind. I feel like there's no way that they just came up with this out of their, like, imagination. Like, they definitely have to have seen posts and videos on this. Like, not to discredit them. Like, truly, if they came up with this themselves, I am very, very beyond impressed. Because this is, like, a super clean, organized bus. I mean, they are belt and cables, so I don't know, maybe I'm eating my words here, but, like, I never even remotely had anything like this in mind when I started playing and I hadn't, like, watched content first. This is, like, something that I would, like you would see in, like, videos and guides now. Super good job, though. Like, this is so clean. I mean, maybe they did just come up with it. In that case, it's insanely impressive. Factorio Economics, a basis of comparison for all items. Unvalued, relative to a second of handcrafting. Value of machine time. Interesting. How long does it take for models to repay themselves? How expensive is rocket fuel? Calculated value of items is based on the work needed to make them. 1 second of handcrafting is used as a baseline, worth $1 per second. This is super cool. Definitely worth looking more into this if you guys have a chance. I never really thought of it. I kind of just make my stuff, but this is like just some interesting information to have. Starting my Megabase after 70 plus hours in Crestorio 2. Oh lord. This is a pretty insane. Oh my god, why are you making the bots do this? I mean, you can see they have like their starter base, which is huge on its own, and then they're going to start their city block thing, which looks really cool, by the way. Oh, these poor bots. This hurts me to look at. I didn't know they could spawn that close. Yeah. This is a good explanation for anyone who doesn't know. Pretty sure this info's on the wiki too, but so they don't just like randomly spawn. Existing nests identify valid places for expansion and circle around them, and will at regular intervals send groups of spiders to that location to establish a new nest. Spiders will path there, and then a nest is created, and the spiders themselves become spitters. Spitters. Sure they don't mean spawners? This means is that there's a gap in your perimeter defense. Yes. But yeah, that's true. They don't just like completely randomly spawn out of nowhere. It causes the belt to overflow backwards. Oh my gosh, yeah. That's really funny. Snowflake, Hexagon, Megabase update. Work in progress still. Okay, I'm confused. Is this like belt? Or are they just marking this out? The heck, man? Composed of hexagon modules with rails surrounding each module. That's pretty cool. Maybe on this I can actually see what that's made out of. Holy cannoli. Okay, so that was solar panels, it looks like. Yeah. Damn, that's impressive. Robots getting soft locked trying to cross a lake. Oh yeah, so you can see they're going out and stopping because they can't get to like their destination. Although you would think they would just do what these guys are doing and just run out of charge and then slowly make their way over there. Has holes or bits. Okay, maybe there were just holes in the network then is the problem. Bot awareness posts. Don't post your key directly. I'm not long in this community, but sometimes I see people giving away keys is very nice, but bots will immediately claim it if you put it in your post. If you decide to give away a key, please give it to the first person that seems real answering on your post. Interesting. You like spaghetti factories? Yes. It's a fairly organized factory, though, actually. I'd like to thank the insane cost of Module 3s for this achievement. Nothing else would have given me reason to produce that many green circuits. Yeah, modules will do that. Modules will definitely give you kind of a new perspective on what is a lot of circuits, especially if you're like mass producing them, which it looks like they are. This looks like this whole thing is potentially just for modules, which means they're building a pretty crazy megabase, which I like. 1 terawatt a solar panel field. That's a terawatt, right? Holy moly, dude. These are ore patches, by the way. Like, oh my god, this is the base. This is such a small base for this solar field. What are they doing? Maybe that's just like a teeny tiny portion of the base. 758 solar panels so far. I'm building in it on a world of water and biters, so I have to fill in water and also claim land. That sounds painful. This be a war crime here to someone. This has to be a war crime here to someone in here, right? Spent upwards 5 hours attempting to automate military science packs. Hate how, in hindsight, I could have optimized it so much better. Oh boy. Yeah, that's maybe could be a little better. Still, I'm sure they had fun doing it, right? Hopefully. First time playing, just got to oil. My main base. Oh yeah, so the feeling of rebuilding their main base, like once they get to a certain point, definitely normal, I would say. Like, this is a fairly normal thing. I don't know. This is why a lot of people start over. I'm not sure it's worth it to actually tear up your base right now. If you feel a super strong urge, you could start over maybe, but what are some common misconceptions about Factorio in this sub? Ooh, this is a good question. There's a thing called optimal without stating any specific criteria. Efficient main things I optimize for. The new players should give a damn about UPS. Yes, this is actually so true. What's UPS? Oh, man. And more time in the game makes you good. Okay, sometime it can, but I have 5k hours and I'm still afraid of main buses. Oh, man. Really feels like this should work. You'd think, right? Well, I mean, it looks like these aren't set, so... Narrator, it doesn't. But yes, it does seem like that should work, huh? How do I connect these? Well, you don't, because it's placed in a different, like, it's not lined up with the grid. It's hard to explain. Because the spacing's different. I mean, the spacings here is the same, but like basically this whole thing just needs to move over. Well, and these need to come in. Okay, this is actually a mess. He started giving it up. This is what I was trying to say. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a bit rough. I haven't played since 016. Time to retire my 600-hour rail world. Mostly belt only factory. And start over again. That's the spirit. Wow. That's some, like, clean artillery exploration out there. Dude, this thing is so old. This version 016 looks so old. Like, I mean, they're obviously still on it because look at this production graph. Like, you can just tell with the UI and stuff. And like, it's not like 016 was like ancient or anything either. It's just crazy how much stuff has changed. Oh wow, this is pretty crazy. This is a very sprawling base. You know, biters, I'd like to stay friendly with you. I really would, but you're making it difficult lately. Yeah, I mean that when they go ahead and just build right on top of a very important resource, it is a bit hard to stay peaceful with them. 115 mil ore. Roll out the nukes. Hans, hold the flamethrower. Nastier than copper variant. Just don't mess with the uranium ones. Oh my gosh. Is this smelter better than standard ones built by 0 Hour Factorio player? If not, why? No. Well, I can't entirely figure it out. So, okay, I don't. This makes my head hurt. I don't think this is better. Okay, well, this person basically runs down the list. It is unique. It works. But like the line, like straight line smelters, like common ones, are I think is probably better. What is a shortcut that not many people know about but would really benefit from? Give enough time, I can come up with a whole list. We all have our Today I Learned moments in the game. Let's make shoutouts to those underrated shortcuts and create some more moments like that. For me, a recent such moment was discovering that you can make any train temporarily go to any accessible rail piece automatically and temporarily by control left clicking on the rail from the train's GUI map or from your own map if you're riding the train. So this is super nice. Control Z, Control X. I mean, I like the thing is they're so ingrained in me that like I can't even think what they are. May not be aware. Control. You can use Control V and you can use a scroll wheel. So yeah, this is one basically being able to scroll through like a selection of stuff. See, drop stuff on ground. Control X to cut. Yeah, see, I mentioned that one. All map options. Interesting. Right click, shift left click works for similar to a requester chest. This is actually a fairly unknown one, I'd say. That you can copy paste from a similar to requester chest. Alt F4 stops them in their tracks. Oh man. Really, really good stuff. Definitely worth reading through there if you want to learn some hotkeys. Anyway, I think that is going to do it, folks. Super glad to be back. Some really great stuff this week. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you didn't miss last week's too much. If you did enjoy, a like is appreciated. If you're new to the channel, seems like there's quite a few folks around lately. Welcome, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't yet to keep up with all the future content. Turn on notifications, and I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. I always enjoy reading the comments. Until next time, I'll look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.